Nah.
Itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout.
Getting better.
Down came.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yep. This one works.
I thought I found a love, but she was just a fling. And then I met a girl and felt a different thing. It's like a hit in the ring, like you're pulled by a string.
Hey everybody, Sol here. I have only one rule here. If it's animated, I'll comment on it. And October is well on its way now, and I am just so fucking pumped up. So we're gonna take another spooky look at another spooky movie. Spooky! So I don't really have much else to say here because I'm all jacked up on autumn air and diabetes-inducing candy. So we're gonna take a nice ghoulish look at Hotel Transylvania. I had too many Snickers, sorry. Alright, so since my last episode, if you'll recall, I had those new history power things I got from absorbing all that shit from the history book, but the first time, it really drained me to use it, so I've been practicing since the last episode, and now it doesn't hurt me to use it anymore. So, let's give it a try here. Okay, so Hotel Transylvania began development in 2006, but went through many different production crew changes before landing in Genndy Tartakovsky's lap, who you may know as the creator of Samurai Jack, Dexter's Laboratory, and co-creator of the Powerpuff Girls. He's also one of my personal heroes, I'll tell you that. Anyway, the film was produced by Sony Pictures Animation, and finally released in 2012 by Columbia Pictures, only to have a sequel follow in its wake that came out just a couple weeks ago, as well as a goddamn TV series coming in 2017. Jesus Christ, a TV series? Really? Crap. Crap! I can feel my sugar high coming down already. I can fix that. Ah, there we go. Alright, let's not waste any more time. Let's take a nice look at Hotel Transylvania. In this movie's world, monsters are real. And just like in the legend, they are hated and feared by humans, and hunted with pitchforks and torches and a general murderous mob mentality. However, there's one place on Earth where monsters can get some respite, and that's Hotel Transylvania, a safe getaway hidden from humans built by Count Dracula. Dracula spends his years hiding with his little vampiric daughter Mavis away from the human world in his hotel, until all the monsters of legend come to celebrate Mavis's 118th birthday. Things become crazy though, as a human somehow finds the hotel and stirs things up with the monstrous guests, as well as in Mavis's panties. A yucca doodle shit. As far as plots go, the only word I can think of is just uninspired. There's groundwork here for an unexpected and, dare I say, thought-provoking story, but instead, it just decides to keep it very safe and non-threatening, which is a bad trait for a movie full of monsters to have. Safe? Non-threatening? That's not the Genndy Tartakovsky I know and respect. Well, maybe the characters will be better. And yeah, I guess they are. Marginally. The main character is Count Dracula, who, contrary to his roots from the original Bram Stoker novel, is not a silver-tongued aristocratic gentleman who wiles his victims into a false sense of security so he can drain every last drop of blood from their bodies, but rather an overprotective father and a control freak who no longer drinks blood and cleans up after everyone's messes. Oh come on, the Count from Sesame Street has more dignity than that. Even Count Chocula is part of a balanced breakfast, but this Dracula is just so... Okay, fine, the character of Dracula has had tons of iterations, some of which have been none too flattering, but this slapstick-inducing, diaper-changing, no-blood-drinking version of the classic monster is anything but fearsome. Instead, he has big, cartoony puppy dog eyes and a tragic backstory you can see coming over several horizons. Let's just move on, shall we? There's Mavis, Dracula's daughter, who is Dracula's daughter. She is also a female, a woman, and is, on more than one occasion, a girl. Oh, I'm sorry, it seems that the trait of being female is her only trait. She's a typical teenager who wants to see the world and falls in love with the first guy she meets. Hey all you Disney princess haters, here's your new target! Bring the garlic bread! Then there's the human who Mavis falls in love with, and that's Jonathan, who travels the world and generally acts like a clueless stone dipshit. But because this is fiction and not real life, everybody finds him charming and fun. Jonathan, aka Johnny Stein, stumbles onto the hotel like a dumbass and continues acting like a dumbass until he becomes everyone's favorite dumbass. Gentlemen, prepare your facepalms. In addition to that Oscar-winning trio of characters, there's also the classic universal monsters like Frankenstein's monster and his wife, a werewolf and his family, the mummy, and the invisible man. Then there's just odd choices for monsters like Quasimodo from the Victor Hugo novel The Hunchback of Notre Dame. What? Quasimodo, in every iteration of his character, is a deformed human, not an actual monster. So why isn't everybody afraid of him? Why is he welcome in the hotel? Are they saying that people with deformities are monsters? That place has some odd policies. Anyway, let's talk about what makes this movie good, shall we? Well, this is one of the only movies I've ever seen where the CG has an immense amount of energy. It tries to capture the velocity and movements of a 2D cartoon, being somewhat akin to Tex Avery's work, with the characters running around at high speeds, making incredibly exaggerated movements and over-the-top reactions. It actually reminds me a lot of the Roger Rabbit shorts that preceded some Disney and Touchstone films in the late 80s and early 90s. I'd say that the fast pace works most of the time, making for some amusing sight-based gags, but some people might find it off-putting that the movie looks like it's constantly doing a pee dance while high on meth. Plus, I really am fond of the scenario, even if the movie itself doesn't go far enough with the ideas that it has. The idea of monsters all gathering around in a single area and being in their own space, separate from humankind, that's a great idea. Only, it worked a lot better when Monsters, Inc. did it. And that actually leads me in what makes this movie not very good. The plot for this movie is, as I said, uninspired, but it goes beyond just being uninspired. It hits literally every note on the unimaginative xylophone and never once takes any risks. We've got the standard-ass story about an overprotective father who doesn't want to let their child out into the world to face danger, seen executed much better in Finding Nemo. You've got the whole fish out of water stumbling onto a world beyond his own that he ultimately becomes attached to, as seen in Road to El Dorado and countless others. Then there's the traditional mother is dead backstory that drives the main character's entire motivation, seen more times than there are stars in the sky. You've got the whole role reversal thing where the conventional villains are the good guys and the humans are the bad guys. And to cap it all off, there's the most cliched of cliched climaxes that plays out almost like walking along a path of blatant signposts that all point to the most obvious conclusion that has ever been written into a visual medium. Ah, great, this movie just broke my xylophone. In addition to all that, the comedy in this movie is just weird. I don't know if it's bad exactly, it's just, well, like, take a look at this scene here and tell me if it's supposed to be funny or not funny, because I really can't tell. So, is the sponge giggling because it's soaking up pee? Does it like pee? And for that matter, why is the sponge giggling in the first place? Is the sponge a monster too? Is this the job SpongeBob does to pay the rent on his house, since he has to pay Mr. Krabs $50 an hour to work at the Krusty Krab? It's just such a weird moment, and there's quite a few of those moments in the movie that are just as confusing. I think the biggest thing that irritates me about this movie isn't so much that it's unimaginative, it's just that it was directed by Genndy Tartakovsky, who I hold in such high regard. I know he didn't write it, but this is the man who gave us fucking Samurai Jack, which I still consider to be one of the greatest cartoons on the upper echelon of animation history. Did he not at some point realize how uninspired this movie was? Well, maybe he didn't care. No, I can't think that way. I want to believe there was a reason an animation great like him would put out such an insipid product. But I just don't really see it. Hotel Transylvania is a movie that shunts us back to the era of 20-something years ago, when animated movies were only seen as loud babysitters. Animation has come a long way since then, and some of it with Mr. Tartakovsky's help, so the fact that he was involved in the production of this tame expatiation of the most entry-level form of animation just sickens me. I know I have to detach myself from my love of his previous work, and yes, I have done that. But to me, personally, this movie is just an insult. But to everyone else, this movie is just quick and loud, and it'll be over before you know it. I give Hotel Transylvania 1.5 eyes out of 5. So, Hotel Transylvania. Is it watchable? To all you kids out there, I'm sure you'll find something about it that you'll enjoy. But to functioning adults like me, you might find it a bit too fast and a bit too predictable for your taste. Is it enjoyable? Well, to me personally, I don't enjoy it because I have a personal grudge with it. But in a general sense, I would say that, yeah, you might find it a little bit enjoyable. You might find yourself getting really hyped up on its energy and everything, but in terms of plot and everything, probably not. Is it memorable? Well, that's really stupid because not only did the sequel get shot out into the theaters a couple weeks ago, as I speak, but a TV series is coming in 2017 to disappoint you all in the future. Well, after all that, I think I need some comfort food. No, but I ate all my chocolate, so I think I'll go eat my cats. Let's not waste any more time here. We're gonna what the fuck? Want to stay up to date with the latest EyeofSol news? You can follow me on Twitter as well as my Facebook fan page. I update them as often as I can, so give them a follow if you're interested. You'll get updates on the show as often as I can. Hey guys, thanks for watching my review of Hotel Transylvania. I hope you liked it. There's 3 more reviews in the spooky month of Halloween coming up. If you want to see more of my videos, including the previous spooky Halloween episode, you can see the videos there playing on the video right now, or you can hit subscribe to follow my channel because I really appreciate that, or you can click the links in the description to check out my Twitch channel, Twitter page, and my Facebook fan page. Have an idea for an animated series or movie you want me to comment on? You can leave me a message in the YouTube comments on any one of my social media platforms, or just message me in any way you can think of to let me know what you want to see, and I will add it to my list. I'm already starting my 2016 schedule now. Alright, thanks again for watching everybody, and I will see you next time for part 3 of Spooky Month of Halloween.
Made to the swag that I'm dropping. I kill a game, killers chillin' in a coffin. When I start, it ain't no stopping. Yo, yo. Yo, yo. Yo, 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 yo. Hey, don't be acting like